The trip for overall?
9 months.
9 months.
Yeah. 9
wow.
months.
So it was a decent stretch, yeah.
But when was your actual 50th birthday then? Like what did you do for your 50th birthday party?
No, my 50th was actually
Rode over Tomlin.
in Tonga, actually.
Tonga?
Yeah. And we didn't do too much. It was all upcoming.
Because that was the
Sort of
beginning
focusing
then.
on
That
this.
was the beginning of the trip, wasn't it?
Yeah, the beginning of the trip was after my 50th, yeah. So, yeah, it all sort of snowballed from there. Got better and better.
So you had a 9-month 50th birthday
Yeah,
party.
well, and that's the thing. My wife, we already figured out our next 9-month trip. So
Have you?
Yeah. So for my wife's 50th, we'll probably cycle from Vancouver to Mexico.
That
sounds. Can
So
you
it'd be a little bit
please
easier.
come back and tell us about that one? Because I actually know that Canada and Mexico and America are all connected.
They are.
I actually
They
know that.
absolutely are. So it'll be definitely easy.
Okay, now here's one for you.
Yeah.
Would you, and touch wood, beautiful people, right? Would you predict that that's, okay, for everyone in this room, okay, Matt,
Yep.
Rika, Mark, is cycling now that we've heard your great story
Yeah.
from Mongolia to Iran, is cycling from Canada all the way through bloody USA,
America. See,
Yeah.
actually, go
is
on.
that more dangerous to Mexico?
I would say
I would
yes.
say so.
I would say yes.
I would absolutely say
People
yes.
who are more desperate, who are
Especially going through all the
filled with it.
redneck.
Here comes Matt. Look out. Look
Yeah,
out.
All
going
right, here we
through
go.
the redneck area.
Geezers and birds.
I've not cycled across America, but I have hitchhiked across America.
Ditto. Yep.
From New York down to Texas and then up to New Mexico and then back to Florida. I met every weirdo that you can imagine. I had more near-death experiences per week than in the rest of my life put together in 3 months of hitchhiking. So if you want to cycle across America, oh God, you'll meet them.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, because in the early 90s, I was over in America, and I worked in summer camp. My very first experience traveling overseas, I worked in summer camp. And, that was great. Everyone was normal and all the rest of it. And then a couple of guys from the summer camp and I, from England actually, a couple of guys from England, we got these things called drive-aways. So you drive someone else's car from A to B, and all you do, you just pay for petrol. So they've moved from A to B, you drive their car to B and deliver their car.
Yeah.
So we did that all the way across. We started in New Hampshire and we went all the way across. We ended up in LA. And then from there, my two mates, they flew home, and then I started hitchhiking. And sure enough, like you say, you get picked up. Some rides are okay, but I'd say it was almost 50-50. There's something not quite right about this person. It's just a little bit off. And you're going, wonder what it is. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, sure enough, you just think, wow, like when I look back on that, I think, I could have.
Yeah, it's a
I
funny,
could have disappeared
funny
in the middle of
yeah,
Utah.
I had one of
somewhere,
those times in Des Moines.
never to be found.
I won't talk about it now, but I had one of those times that late at night I think I was so stupid. They were taking me out to kill me. They were in the middle of nowhere, like Des Moines, Iowa. But yeah, here's a country where you can't drink till you're 21. Like the Bible Belt is like here's again an Aussie's perspective on what happens over there. The fact you can't, they've got all this college stuff and pride and guns.
And guns.
And guns. Like, it's such a...
And guns.
Again, going back to sprint cars, we get so many Americans that come over here.
Yeah.
And if you go drinking with them, it's like, wow... You're just like the TV. I can't believe you speak like that, but you actually think like that as well. Like,
Right.
And they're a strange mix, I reckon. So,
yes.
don't you want to go to Fiji and just go around Fiji or something?
No, too easy.
No. You need that challenge.
Yeah.
Rika, when was the last time you rode a bike? Rick's Rocks?
Oh, I love riding my bike. I actually, but I've got a mountain bike.
Oh, do tricks, do you?
Or downhill.
Yes, yeah.
Downhill.
Well,
Bandana?
speed.
Do you wear a bandana?
No, I don't wear a bandana. I don't do tricks.
Where's
I
a
don't-
helmet, though?
I don't even wear
For
a
sure.
helmet.
No, you have to.
Oh, you were just lecturing us.
That's right.
I know, but I don't like helmets. I don't like helmets, and you know what? I'm with you. Like the bike helmets, I really don't see much point in. I don't see how. If you were supposed to wear like a motorbike helmet, I can see how that would protect you. But with just the foam, kind of this bit being protective, I don't.
I think if you're racing road bikes and you're doing like 40, 50 k's an hour, yeah, that sort of makes sense. You know, wear a helmet. But if you're just dawdling down to the shops doing
well, I
10
don't even
kilometres
go
an hour,
off the footpath.
Yeah, and I would put my money down right now that every bike accident I've ever had, I copped it on the chin, on the face, bang, bang, bang. It's rare that you're actually flipping your head backwards
yeah.
and hitting your head back. Even those things that are like a skull cap, you know, the thing wouldn't even protect the back of your head.
No.
yeah,
The
exactly.
cool little skateboarders ones are cool. They're like the
Where they wrap
bodyboard-
around a bit more.
The
yeah.
wraparound one, that's a legit. It's actually a cool little shape
It's
too.
kind of like a Harley helmet, isn't it?
But
Kind of.
the other thing is, no one even wears them tight.
No one even does them up.
No. So you've got this little
So
thing
when
on
you
your
come
head.
off, the helmet's gone.
I know, but because like we're in Queensland, I don't go off the footpath because I'm. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think other states bicycles aren't allowed to actually be on the footpath. They have to use the bike lane, whereas in Queensland, it's you know.
It's a crazy country, really, isn't it? When you've got all these different states, all
with
these different rules.
Yeah.
You wonder why we can't just have one rule.
Yeah.
One ring to rule them all, or something like
Yeah.
that.
Without bringing it down, the problem with helmets is that it's made my sweet mum and everyone else that go, you're not wearing a helmet. Like it's brought out all the police, like the mum police, and you know, without everyone knowing a certain rule. You should be doing this.
But I think it's
And creating
you know
like
what?
a negative thing about something as great as riding a bike.
Yeah.
Just
And
get
that-
on that
yeah.
damn bike and
Just
ride it.
hop on and
Absolutely,
go.
and I think it actually deters a lot of people. Because if you work 5 minutes by car away from home, it's like a 25-minute, 30-minute ride on your push bike. But you don't want to be getting to work and have helmet hair if you're a girl.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Yeah,
Right?
True.
So you end
You
up
want to have
driving.
that beautiful Farrah Fawcett
That's
blown in the wind.
right.
It's 1982. Yeah, it's serious, man.
I'm serious. And I think that's a deterrent for a lot of younger females to ride their bikes. Because in Japan, they ride their bikes to work all the time.
Yeah, it's cute as slow motion.
Well, I think in Japan, I think it's up until you're 13 you have to wear a helmet, isn't it? Or something like that.
It's usually a school rule that you have to wear a
Right.
helmet. It's
Yeah.
not.
So
the
children
state
have to wear
rule.
helmets, but adults have the option.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's more like a have to, but it's not like a by law. It's more like guilt within the community.
Yeah.
In Japan,
Yeah.
no. It's where I was from. Or
Oh,
where
well,
I grew
police
up.
here can pull you up.
Oh, we're talking about here now.
Yeah, but in Japan,
Yeah.
The police wouldn't pull
police
you
aren't going to pull
No,
you up
the
for
police
anything.
don't pull you
But
up.
it'll be more like, oh, you are just a bad person if you're letting your kid
No.
run down the street within your own community. That's where your own
No.
fears
It's
come
the
from.
schools. It's a school rule
Oh,
because you have
okay.
to wear the school helmet. And the
Oh,
school,
really?
like I don't know what it's like in the big cities, but I went to high school in like just out of the big city, so it's like a suburban area. And the school teachers, used to actually be on, they used to be. They took it in turns, like the lollipop ladies or whatever. You know, they took it in turns to be at certain corners to make sure all the kids were complying with the school rules of wearing a helmet, you know, wearing a uniform properly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it wasn't really like the community. Oh, how can you like? Oh, but I don't know. Where curry
So
comes
you
from
still
is
get in
probably
trouble,
different.
yeah. You get in trouble.
You get in
if you
trouble,
want.
but once you're, you know, like out of school, and even on the weekends, some country towns you'd have to follow. You'd have to still comply to your school rules on the weekends because that's how controlling Japanese schools were. But if you're in a big city like Tokyo or Chiba or Osaka, then you didn't have to we never rode. We never, yeah.
So the reason I said when was the last time we rode a bike is what we did the other day is, okay, Currumbin Creek, the million times I ride down that, for me it's like a 12-kilometre drive. For you it's a little further.
Yeah.
You're just constantly, you're in that, you drive. You're in that, you do that beautiful thing every morning. You could drive, but no, you get on the bike and you take the kids to school.
Why wouldn't you though? Because it's all flat out there. And
Well, it's only 2.5 K, so it's not like, we're struggling for hours to get to school.
You could say that to a lot of parents, and they'd go, 2.5 Ks, I'm not doing that. Like, right. So anyway,
really?
So I found myself the other week. I got a new car, a van.
Oh, nice.
So I asked my wife, can you drop myself and my 2 kids off over here near the alley with our bikes? And we rode all the way down through Currumbin to the IGA.
Oh, wow.
Right,
Okay.
so for anyone out of town listening to this, sorry. But that's like, it's probably, 5 Ks. But what I'm really getting at is for the first time, we rode our bike through somewhere that we've been driving through for 10 years.
Yeah.
And what you get is the sounds and the smell of that same place that you never get in the car.
It's a completely different perspective.
And it's way more peaceful than you think.
Yeah.
You can get a feel for your area.
And that's going back, we did a similar trip, my wife and I, on a motorcycle, and completely different.
Yeah.
You got your full face helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to wear your helmet on your motorbike. But, there's so much more noise with a motorbike, and you're going a lot faster, and you're experiencing things in a completely different way than what you would on a bicycle.
Yeah.
With a bicycle, you're out there in the elements, and like you said, you hear everything, you feel everything, you know when the wind changes, you know when the temperature drops, and everything that goes with it, and it's just such a great feeling to sort of experience that every day.
I like how. Okay, I don't even know how I'm going to express this, but. Yeah, so I don't mind going for a drive in a car. I love that, because it's you can get to the top of Mount Tambourine without breaking your sweat, and you see the most amazing view. So cars are good in that way, and motorbikes. I like motorbikes because you get that wind, and it feels like there's no barrier between, whereas in a car you've got that barrier.
Yep.
But then there's the push bike, and it's like. You're the one controlling it. If you want to go uphill, you stand up, pushy it, and you know what I'm saying?
And then you go down one step again, and you go into hiking,
Yeah, and then
it's
you
different
can,
again.
Yeah.
And you can actually do tricks, even if it's just on the footpath, you can kind of take your hands off and do, so they all have their different elements of fun, don't they?
And it's a different experience. I mean, it's like going on a tour bus through a country. You could do that, and then you could hop on, the local bus. And you could hike your way across the country. You could cycle across the country. You're gonna experience something completely different, whichever way you do it.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever done this? I realise where I live, a big chunk of the land. If we Google it right now, there's.
Hey, Google.
Oh.
Can you... Hey, Google.
Website merriam-webster.com. They say, definition of call for English language learners. An act of using the telephone. An act of calling someone on the telephone. An act of calling with the voice, a loud cry or shout.
Oh, calm down. No, government land. Okay, so reserves.
Yep.
We grew up thinking reserves are, I don't know, but in where we live, so there's a reserve all around you, all around me.
Yeah.
I actually still have the small town guilt of I don't want to go in there because I don't know who really owns it, but it turns out we own it technically. It's for everyone.
Right, yeah.
But would
There's
you?
access issues.
Yeah, like, I guess because I used to ride dirt bikes in them in the 80s or whatever, and like, oh, you're not allowed in there, you know. Can you